Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing another pick a pile card reading, and this time it is going to be on who is your true love. So we'll be looking at what they look like, personality traits, etc, etc. So just show you for pile 1 we have this bucket watch. It's very important to me, that one. We have the rose quartz heart charm, and we have the snake ring for pile 3. So I'm using a few different decks today. One of them I haven't really used for a while, but with it being the Lionsgate portal and with this starseed energy, I thought it would be appropriate to use the Syrian starseed tarot deck. I'm also using the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, the Work Your Light Oracle cards, Oracle of Shadows and Light, and I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot as well. So there are quite a few different cards really to give a detailed overview of who your true love is, their personality, what they look like, etc. So I'm going to start with pile 1 first, so you can skip to whichever pile you choose if it isn't pile 1, but I'm just going to begin with pile 1. So I'm going to start on the bottom with the biggest cards first. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune, or the Great Wheel, and the Sage of Crystals, which is the Page of Pentacles, I believe. I could be wrong on that one. Let me check. Let me check in the book. I'm sorry, this is really unprofessional. Let me see. Crystals. Yes, it is Pentacles. Okay, so we've got the Great Wheel, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Pentacles. From the Oracle of Shadows and Light, we've got a Clear Solution. From the Goddess Guidance, we have Infinite Supply. Okay. The Work Your Light Oracle, we have Get Grounded. Okay, and the Shadowscapes Tarot, we have Three of Cups and the Page of Pentacles again. Interesting. So I feel this person is very goal orientated, they're very grounded, but they're also very intuitive, which is represented by this card here. I feel that they're very good with money, you know, they're very, you know, in terms of their career, you know, they do well in it because they're so focused and they like money. That's not to say that that's all they think about, but they like knowing that they have that security there. And I feel they're also very committed in their relationships, and when they've made a decision that they want to be with someone, there's no going back from that. And they also have a great ability to manifest whatever it is that they want, because they have the belief that they deserve it and they can achieve it. So this is represented here by this Sedna Infinite Supply. You are supplied for your today and all of your tomorrows, and I feel for this person, they like to know that they have money there to be able to do whatever it is that they want. With a Great Wheel, it can indicate that they're a lucky person as well. You know, things tend to swing in their favour, but if you're around them on a day when things aren't going in their favour, oh boy, but you better beware, because you don't want to be caught on the side of that. I feel like they're also a very rational person. They're very logical. They like to get to the They like to get to the root of issues with logical thinking. They tend not to get overly emotional, but I do feel when it comes to their family and their love, they give everything that they have, and they're very generous, and they have a lot of love to give, and I feel like people misunderstand them because they are so driven and hardworking and, logical, that people seem to forget or don't acknowledge the fact that they do actually have feelings, because they are shown as being an empath and highly sensitive, and they're aware of everything around them. So even though they don't brag about it or talk about it, they do have those those things going for them. They're a very good person to be in a relationship with, because they're very committed to what they do. They will, what I'm looking for, they will make you a goal. If you're part of their plan, they will make sure that they follow through with that, and they will treat you with all the love and respect that you deserve. I do feel that they can be workaholics, so sometimes you may have to kind of sit on the sidelines while they deal with things at work, but in general, they like to make plans, they like to include you in their plans. They're one of those people, once they've made their mind up, there's no going back on that. So if they want you around, then you'll be around for a long time. In general, they are very happy people, because they're manifestors, and they believe in creating your own luck and manifesting your own happiness and things like that. And they want to make you happy as well. They're not one of these people who will sit and wallow in their feelings or think too long in an argument. They want to resolve it. They want to be able to deal with the issues in hand, but they can be very romantic, on the right occasion and for the people that they love the most. Because I love the imagery on this tarot deck, because it's really dreamy, and it's, especially when it comes to love questions, it's the really good ones to have. But I do feel like when you're in a relationship with them, they will introduce you to all the family and friends, which is represented by this as well. So they won't be hiding you, they'll be showing you off to anyone and everyone, which is great. And I feel like the fact that there's 2 Page of Pentacles, it shows how grounded that they are, and the fact that it's a page, they still have a bit of childlike joy about them. They still have a bit of a naivety to the world, which is good, because they may seem like they know everything, but you could teach them a few things, and they want to be taught as well. They want to be taught those things, which is great, because some people don't want to be taught things, whereas these guys do. They love to learn, they love to get new perspectives on things and trying out new solutions. So I feel like you'll have a lot to learn together. So that was part 1. Okay, we're moving on to pile 2 now, which is the rose quartz heart charm. Okay, so we've got the 9 of flames and the lovers. Okay, so I'll just get all of them out, and then so we've got the 9 of flames and the lovers. We've got Starseed, Sewer Mermaid, your sensuality is beautiful. Leap of Faith, the Tower, and the Wheel of Fortune. Well, that's interesting. There's 2 Wheel of Fortunes come out now. There was a Wheel of Fortune in part 1 as well. This is quite clearly a fire sign. Going off the 9 of flames, the Starseed, and the Tower. So this person is very fiery. They work themselves to the point of exhaustion. You know, they live the life like that. You know, they do everything until they're absolutely fed up of it. You know, they persevere through everything. You know, they're also very fiery. You know, this is definitely a fire sign. So that's a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. They're also really passionate lovers as well, and for them, love is a big part of their life. You know, they're very sensual, and they like their women to be very sensual and beautiful and confident in their own bodies and know the right things to wear to, you know, accentuate their shape, you know, the best features. You know, they're very, very motivated, and they've just got a lot of spark about them. They just, you know, they're interested in knowing about everyone, you know, what is everyone's, you know, joie de vivre, what they live for. You know, they're very interested in finding things out about people, working people out. You know, this is similar to the Fool card in a regular tarot deck. You know, they're just one of those people that are very impulsive, that, you know, they won't look before they jump kind of thing. You know, they're very impulsive, and they're like that in relationships, which can be a good and a bad thing, because on a positive, you know, they can take you on trips, things like that. They'll propose on a whim, but, you know, they can also do foolish things like gambling all the money away and things like that. And with it being next to the tower, this indicates that they do have quite bad mood swings at times. And especially if they're tired, which is indicated by the Nine of Flames, then they can get a little bit grumpy. But I feel in general, because the Wheel of Fortune is upright, they have good intentions. You know, they're mostly in a good mood. They can bounce back from the bad moods and things like that. You know, I feel that he probably has dark hair, quite light coloured eyes. He might have unusual coloured eyes, quite tall, quite, you know, in shape, but he's not aware of how good looking he is. You know, he's more of a personality guy. You know, fire signs, they're usually all about personality. You know, they might be really good looking, but they kind of have the gift of the gab to back it up. And what I feel here is they will be very passionate lovers, but expect some explosive arguments with this. You know, but also I feel most of the time it will be happy. You know, you'll have lots of joyful times, but there will be times when he will have a bit of a temper and he will take it out on you. But, you know, it's nothing serious, it's nothing too damaging, it's just that's his way. He's just a very impulsive fire sign. But in general, you know, I feel he's a good man. You know, he works very hard for everything. You know, he's one of the, I think he likes to stay up late. He's a person who likes to stay up late, you know, and the kind of work hard, play hard, that kind of attitude. I feel they may be a little bit immature for their age, but, you know, most men are. You know, it's a rare breed to find someone who's actually mature and got their head straight on. So I do feel that is something to look out for. But in general, you know, they're very philosophical, which is shown by the starseed. You know, because on the card, you know, she's looking out to the universe, wondering what's out there. You know, what sets her on fire, and he's very much the same. You know, he's interested in learning about people, different cultures, different nations, you know, and he's very non-judgmental. So that was pile 2. Okay, now it's pile 3, which is the snake ring. Okay, so we've got Divine Justice and the 3 of Pentacles. Oh, Family Man. Fairy of the Highlands, time to be brave. Freya, bold. Unleash your adventure side, take risks and be daring. Soul family, oh that's 2 family cards. 5 of Swords and King of Pentacles. Okay, so this man, I think he's a very fair man. He's got a lot of morals. He may even have links to the law. By that I don't mean he's a criminal. By that I mean he works in law, or he's just got a very strong set of beliefs and morals, you know, that he abides by, and he expects, you know, his partner to abide by as well. I feel he can appear to be a little bit serious, but he does have an adventurous side, and it's saying unleash, you know, so I feel like he needs to let go, you know, let that out a little bit more and just let go of that seriousness. I feel, judging by the pictures here, he's got reddish hair, probably is Celtic looking, so, you know, that would be red hair, red beard, blue eyes, pale skin, that kind of look. But he is a family man. He's intent on building a strong, solid family with you. You know, he goes into relationships with that in mind. You know, I'm not saying he's a weirdo or anything who says that to everyone. I just feel like he's very careful about who he actually gets into relationships with, because this is his end goal, is to have a family. So he's very careful about his partners and the choices that he makes, and, you know, he kind of interrogates people a little bit just to kind of figure out what they're about, so that he doesn't waste his own time or yours. Oh, there's a little fly in here. So yeah, he can come across as being quite serious, but I feel like he's actually been through a lot in his life, which has made him like this. But he's a very fair man. He's a very good man. You know, and he wants a family of his own, because I feel like he's felt on his own for most of his life. Well, this has took a really sad turn. And this, like, usually it means arguments and standing your ground, but I feel like he just fights for what he wants, what he believes in, because it's next to the King of Pentacles, and he's like the ultimate family man. He's the ideal husband and boyfriend, so I feel like he's really fought to get here, you know, to where he is. And I feel like he's doing really well in his job, and he's worked his way up. You know, I feel like he could be a solicitor or a lawyer, something like that. But I feel like, you know, his end goal is to have a family and settle down with somebody and just have that stability and family that he can call his own. You know, the Justice Tarot as well, you know, it's your people, you know, with karma. They have a lot of karma in their life, you know, so I feel like for him, he's balancing out a lot of bad karma from his childhood and things like that. But he's a very good man. He's a little bit on the serious side, but I feel like you will bring out the fun side in him, because I feel you've been with guys who were funny guys in the past, you know, and it works for a time, but then you just kind of, you get worried, you know, that's all they care about. So I feel like you'll be able to bring that out in him and just, you know, be a bit bolder in terms of love, because I feel he is a little bit shy. This sort of energy to me, it's coming across as being very earthy energy. It's similar to pile one, but they had a little bit of air, but this just feels very earthy. So that's Capricorn, Taurus, and I think it's Virgo. Oh no. Yeah, it is Virgo. Yeah. So yeah, he's very intent on building a family with you. He's very passionate as well, I feel, you know, and you will bring out the passion in him, and he'll be brave, you know, and I feel he just wants to marry you and settle down and just lay his claim to you, you know, like with the Highlands, you know, she's got a sword out, she's laying claim to the land. He's intent on doing the same with you, but he's very gentle and he's very kind, you know, he doesn't really tend to have mood swings. Even though, you know, he's got the fiery red hair, he's actually very chilled, he's very mellow, you know, and I feel for you that's perfect because, you know, you've been with other guys before and they've been fiery and it just hasn't worked. So that was the Who Is Your True Love reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave any suggestions for any other readings you'd like to do. I apologise for my camera skills. I'm still using my phone at the moment, but I am hoping to get a proper camera soon. And take care, guys, and I'll see you again very, very soon.